Order luck.
What's up guys, my name is Order, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'll be telling you guys to stop caring about what others think and to stop living your will according to others. Now the reason I'm making this video is because I've noticed in a lot of people as well as myself that sometimes I don't live according to my own will, and sometimes I let other people direct my footsteps in life. And the reason I did this and the main reason I notice other people doing this is based on insecurities and fears and desires.
And time don't wait for us. She said she ain't gonna wait for love.
So for example, my problem was lying to people. I used to be a compulsive liar. I would lie to my parents, to my friends, because one, I wanted to look better in front of people, and two, I was scared of being judged by others. But I realized that's the ego talking in my head, and a lot of people are completely driven by this, and a lot of people will direct their entire future based on this. And I think the best example I can give for you is people going to college because their parents want them to get a degree, people finishing school because their parents want to see them finish school, or the most common way I've seen it is people bandwagoning. So let's say someone gets canceled. Usually everyone wants to be on the winning team, and the winning team is usually not something that people even think about. And you can really test this in yourself and test this in others, alright? If someone is telling you something based on what seems like emotion, if they're making a judgment or a decision or just spitting words out of their mouth based on emotions, you gotta question them as to whether or not they actually believe that, or if it is strictly driven by emotions. Because what I've learned in life is that if you control someone's emotions, you control them. And because everyone is usually thinking and saying stuff based on their ego, and if it's driven by fear or desire, that's an emotional based response.
Been at it 4 weeks, 2 breaks first. Smoking leaf in the breeze, rolling paper.
So we gotta look at the facts and the truth, and I'll tell you right now that I always knew the truth and the facts in my heart. I always knew exactly what was right and wrong. I always knew what I truly stood for, what I truly wanted to do, what I truly wanted to be, and I just knew my own beliefs, but I never ever told anyone them. I always kept my true beliefs and desires quiet, you know, I would keep my opinion to myself, and I always never really had the same opinion as everyone else. And when I would say my opinion, a lot of it was based on emotion. This is a funny story that really trips me out now, because when I was in middle school and a little bit of high school, people used to ask me, oh, what kind of music do you listen to? Who's your favorite artist? And as cringe as it is, I would always tell people Lil Xan's my favorite artist. But growing up all these years later, when I actually go to my Spotify and looked at my most played artists of that year, it wasn't even Lil Xan at all. It was Red Hot Chili Peppers. But I never told people that was my favorite artist because I wanted to fit in. But now I realize as an adult, when I say that Lil Xan's my favorite artist compared to Red Hot Chili Peppers, I cringe at that because I know, well, one, that's obviously not true to, I don't know, I think we can all relatively agree on that. And two, it wasn't even true. I was just spitting bullshit.
Call me money, I still skate to her. Pretend my feet don't hurt so I can say.
So the point I'm trying to make is I always kept my thoughts to myself. I will always care too much about what other people think, and a lot of the time when people think something against you, you gotta really test it and question where is that coming from? And if it does affect you, is it because they have an influence on your life? Does their opinion truly matter? Because if their opinion matters, that means that you respect them to some extent. But a lot of the time people jump straight to their pride. They jump straight to their ego. When you tell someone you're doing something cool, a lot of the time you'll be met with doubt, criticism, and honestly just hate. People will basically drag you down because you're already out of their competition because you're actually spitting what you believe in. And to me, that's the most honorable thing you can do, because when I started doing that, I started getting a lot more respect from my family, from my friends. Girls thought I was more confident, and the list goes on. But basically, I'm just saying I owned up to who I am. And even if you do think differently than other people, no, it's not the end of the world. The earth is gonna keep on spinning. You know, if you were born 50 years ago, you'd probably die in the Vietnam War or something like that. You know what I mean? This world is cruel. So why should you fear someone else's thoughts against you? And especially if their thoughts are just based on emotions. Because the way I see it, we only have control over our emotions and our thoughts. So if someone controls your emotions, they kind of control you in a way. The way I see it, I decide when I want to feel sad, I decide when I'm angry, and I decide when I'm happy. So those are my tips and tricks to stop caring about what others think. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe if you appreciate this. And as always, guys, I love you and I pray for you. God bless you all. Have a good day.
Hear me